You are watching Amakosi for live. Another disappointing result for Kaizer Chiefs. We had an opportunity to extend the lead at the top of the table to 9 points, and now we're still on 6 points. We're dropping points in the lead race, in the Premiership leading race, you know. I'm speaking to the main man from Football Stalkers here, um, Ivan, Mr. Ivan, or is it Dr. Ivan Koza? I don't know ask which side he supports. Today he's going to be a neutral on our channel. I don't want any wars starting here. But how you doing, my brother?
Oh man, I'm good, man. I'm good. And yourself?
Good.
ESCOM doing what ESCOM does.
Yeah, a lot of the guys have load shedding today. Like just when you're enjoying the football, I think some of us are gonna blame the load shedding for the loss. I think we can do that. Tell me what you thought of the game, man.
Look, if I'm being honest, the game was one-sided. One team came to play, and everything that Celtics did tonight, it was spot on. Their passing game, their triangle play, the middle field, they bossed it. Manyama and Katanda were nowhere to be seen. You look at the attack, Mabena, if not as a striker, he was the playmaker, dropping in deep, collecting the ball and supplying the Swallows and them. So I would say Kaizer Chiefs was outplayed tonight. And unfortunately, it didn't seem like they had any answer whatsoever. And again, if I'm being honest, the scoreline is very threatening. It could have been worse. It could have been worse.
Definitely. I want to go back. Yeah. And sorry, just to finish your point.
No, it's fine. You can ask.
All right. I want to go back just to the beginning. The beginning. I mean, by before the whistle, before before kickoff, we saw a few changes from Middendorp today. He started with Parker and Rama, and he did a weird thing where he decided to start a guy and Matoho in the center, and he played Cardozo at left back. Tell me what you thought about those changes. I found it very weird, and I think that was kind of the reason why we didn't get off to a good start.
When I saw the lineup, I took it as, so what worked in the game against Polokwane City with the introduction of Patlele and Parker, that's what I saw. And at the time, I thought, okay, so he's going with what worked in the second half against that game. When you look at Agay had a good game as well in that other one. So putting 3 center backs, I took it as he's going to give freedom to Parker and to Patlele to obviously as wingers, putting in the crosses and also supplement Castro and Kamabilet on the wings. And unfortunately, normally when you look at the formation, it reminds you of the Conte formation, where you've got the 3 center backs, and when you look at the middle, you've got 5 players. So you're almost overpopulating the middle part, that way making it difficult for your opposition to boss the middle field. But today it wasn't the case. Celtics were able to get past Manyama, to get past Katsande, to get past Mpatlele, to get past Parker. Whoever who was trying to mark, they couldn't. There was too much pace in the team. The triangle passes where the accuracy in that team was almost 100%. So that game plan obviously didn't work. And, you saw coach try to introduce Sessman because you saw Mpatlele was struggling with the crosses.
He was, definitely. I thought he was such a weakness in the first half. Rama was just all over the place. But I think by then it was too late. I think it was too late by then.
Yeah, so he tried to obviously replace the fullbacks in Patlele and Parker by introducing Sussman and Frosler. But the main problem was that middle field, where you guys weren't able to string in a few passes together. I saw Katande was trying trying something, but he wasn't supplemented by anyone. Castro would try alone. Billard would try alone. Who you call? Basically, everybody tried alone. But I need to also say this: Kama Billard was off in this game, completely off. But the coach was reluctant on replacing him. I mean, from that mistake that the Celtics goalkeeper made, right, into getting that free kick, that was a good position to get a free kick. And it was a he missed it. Like, he didn't even kick.
But
I don't know what
that was the
happened.
thing. I think there was a miscommunication there between him and I think it was Manyama or Parker. I don't know what it was, but you just from that moment, I think that was the kind of the setup for the rest of the night, how our night was going to be. It was just a mess.
Yeah, it just seemed, as the game progressed, Celtics gained more confidence. And Chiefs, whatever they tried to do, each player who tried to do something, it just didn't work out. And it's bound to happen when you're not playing. I mean, at some point, I would say maybe by the 70th minute or so, Celtics was starting to defend a little bit deeper. So you guys had more ball and you were attacking. But even with that, you weren't as dangerous as Celtic were on the counter attack, on the transition. So yeah, all in all, it was a very poor performance from Chiefs. I mean, today was a great opportunity to extend the lead, but instead, only one team came to play.
Do you think it's a case now of teams have kind of figured our gameplay out and our formation, our strategies? They know that Chiefs are going to come with this play down the flanks, play on the wings, cross the ball in for Nukovic and get the header and score, or try and get a set piece and score off the header. Because we saw Bloem Celtic, they knew and they kind of predicted every move of ours. Is this formation, have we just become stale or stagnant now? We need to start thinking. I mean, the whole season has gone by, we've used the same kind of tactics. Is it time now for Chiefs to mix things up? Because we can't continue the next 6 games. I think there's 6 left, right? 5 games. You can't continue the last 5 or 6 games with the same tactic. And Middendorf, he's obviously going to change up the side again. It's not working. What do you think?
I would be interested to see the stat of how many goals you guys scored from set pieces.
I think it's about 23. We scored about 23 or 25. The last time I checked was the first at the end of the season, just before lockdown. I think we had 19 or 20, and it should be about 23 or 24 now. Yeah.
And percentage-wise, how is it?
I'm not so sure. I just know we scored about 23 goals from corners or set pieces and crosses, I think, or headers. I can't remember.
And overall, how many goals do you guys have?
Goals 4. I'm not too sure. Let's see. But carry on with your point. What's your point?
So where I'm getting with this is, if I look at, let's say, from the defensive point of view from Celtics, so essentially what they try to do is not concede any fouls outside the box, don't concede any corners, and like you said, I mean, the way they were high pressing. So whenever Chiefs had the ball, you guys were pressed to a point where even the second balls, every time the second ball was won by Celtics. So what you then saw essentially was, from that, is they looked at that game plan and saying, okay, so they're going to try and put in the crosses. They play from the set pieces. They play from the corners. If you can avoid those kind of situations, then essentially you're avoiding them basically causing problems. If again, I'll just briefly touch on the game against Polokwane City, where in the first half it was Polokwane City all the way. And with the 3 subs that Middendorf made, then you had the corners, and the corners essentially then inspired the comeback. So then the question is, if it wasn't for the corners, what was going to happen? So I guess the question for other teams is, teams know the type of football Kaizer Chiefs is playing at the moment, but will they be able to avoid or prevent Chiefs from scoring? Celtics today were able to do that. Would Stellenbosch, Sundowns, and teams that are upcoming, will they be able to resist? Will they be able to prevent Chiefs from scoring? It's a question mark. But I don't know. If look, I guess at the end of the day, from a Chiefs perspective, 3 points is 3 points. How you get it, sometimes you can be unhappy about something, but at the end of the day, it's still 3 points. And when you don't get the 3 points, maybe then the frustration becomes more, because now you look and say, well, first of all, you're not playing this way, and you, on top of that, you lost. So what is it that you're doing?
No. Great insight there, Ivan. Going forward against Stellenbosch, what does Chiefs need to do, to get back to winning ways?
So, look, Mish, the thing is, man, you guys are far in the season right now, and I think it would be naive to think that the style of play will change now. I doubt it's something that will happen now. So probably the way you guys are playing now will be the way you guys are gonna play in the upcoming games. So now the question will be: is Kamabila still going to be in the starting lineup? Is Manyama, because now today Manyama was not in the game at all. Is Manyama still going to be in the starting lineup? Who is the guy that's going to come in, who's going to be the creative guy to supply the Nokovic and them, right? Because it's almost as if it's getting to a point where now centre backs are just going to hook the ball forward, hope that Nokovic is going to create something, or Castro is going to create something. But that just can't be the game plan. More needs to happen. But how? Is Jangasi the answer? I don't know. Because the thing is, with attacking players, is defensively they're not as strong. So it's a give and take situation. If you go all attack, then you are sacrificing something defensively. But if you are more defensive, like today, where you had 3 centre backs, then you are taking away from your attacking options. So it's a question of what do you want exactly? Against Stellenbosch, I'm assuming from what we saw in the first leg, the same way you guys played, I'm assuming that's how it's going to work, and probably you're going to get the 3 points. But against the other teams, I don't know.
All right, man. Thanks, Ivan. Your last bit that I need from you. I mean, I'm not going to ask who I can ask because you're kind of a neutral. So, who is your man of the match?
I would have to go with Mabena, and I would have to go with the guy who scored the brace. Is it Sifa? Sifa, yeah, that guy.
Yeah. He scored the 2 goals. There's a 2, yeah. He scored 2.
Yeah, and also Celtic's left back. He was causing Patlele some problems there. I mean, he's a youngster, but he really played. He was on par today. No, make no mistake. He was really good. So I would go for those 3 guys. Very good.
All right. Thanks, Ivan. Thanks so much, man.
All right, man.
Thanks for your time, brother.
You're watching Amakosi for live. Don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel below. Follow us on Instagram and Twitter at Amakosi for live, and give us a like on Facebook.